Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is where we're at. We've got this obstacle, we've got that obstacle still drying. I did have some cracking going on here and here. It's just weak. I'm not too worried about it because once this obstacle is painted and everything else, it will sit in that corner. It's not going to move, so I can do maybe some repair on that if I have to. We'll just go from there. But I have this obstacle. Let me scan on down here, see what we're doing here. So I have this obstacle that, if you kind of look at the background, it's not quite red enough, right? We need a bit more of the burnt sienna in that. So what we've got for colors, we have raw sienna, we have burnt sienna, and we have raw umber. So between these three, we're going to get all the colors that we're going to get there, maybe a little bit of black. I have my sponges in different shapes and colors, well, not colors, but shapes to do different things. I have my sealer, concrete sealer, in a cup, ready to go. I've got some paper plates that have it's got a plastic lining on it so that foods don't soak through. They're really great pallets, cheap. You can toss them out when you're done, kind of a thing. So we've got some of those ready, and basically we're going to start mixing colors. So quick show of that. So we're going to start with our raw sienna. If we can get it open, we're going to put just a little dab of color. That should do fine. Remember, I'm using a tint, so I don't need a lot of color to make the tint come out. It's going to mix well. Okay, got that. So we're going to, sorry, my lighting is not better. I did have a light go out. We're going to mix that down. Take a look at our color. It's not quite orange enough. I want a little lighter to do a tint. So I'm going to add more of the lighter color. Mix that down. Check it against it. That's a good base wash, right? Obviously I want to lighten it because there's some colors in there that are lighter, but for now, because we're going to wash this, just do a wash. We're going to go ahead and go for it. You'll see it will lighten up as it goes through this. It's just kind of a sandy orange, which is the lightest color that's out there. That's what we want. We'll go back over with some darker colors. So that's the start of it. So I will start doing the thing. Basically, just going to take this, dab it in there, start hitting it in areas like we had done in the past videos. So we'll catch up with that once I'm done with the wash on that, and you can see where it goes. Okay, just a quick update in this. I've taken this, I put a lot more red into it. I'm sure it's kind of hard to see on the camera. I definitely hit the back one with a little more red, and I will move it up so you can see where we're at. So it's definitely matching the background a little bit more. This is just two colors. We did our lighter color, and then I did just the straight burnt sienna to give it more of a reddish tone, and it's a good base coat for it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start in with a darker, so we're going to put in the raw umber right here, and this, again, super strong. This one does not like to come out as easily, so I'm just going to grab some, and I'm going to take it right into our red color, And we're going to just darken it up. See what we get there is a nice darker red. I'm going to add some more of our sealer. And hopefully this is showing up on camera. It's definitely getting darker. It's really thick, so it's hard. I'm trying to get it off of the paintbrush. Put that down, put our lid on. Always try to put your lids back on your colors, because if you spill it, especially with these pigments, it just stains everything, because they are just pigments and not actual paints. So that if you don't know the difference between a pigment and a paint, the pigment is what colors your paint, and the paint is a substrate of some sort with the pigment in it. So essentially, if you're making a color and you want to do a big color base to something that's not like what I'm doing here, which I want it more opaque, more see-through, then you add it into a white base, and it tints whatever that white base is into whatever color you want. So alright, we've got this. We're just taking that darker color, and we're coming on up. I got a wet sponge here, and I want to start hitting it in little areas and just trying to darken some things up. I'm not, well, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm 100% on this color, but again, we can always add in more. See where it starts to dry, how it ends up looking. I'm just putting it in little areas. I'm kind of squeezing the sponge out so I don't have too much. I don't want to do a lot of cleanup on it. I'm just dabbing away some of the extra. This is going to pick it up in our high points and just leave it. I'm barely touching, and it just picks up all the color. And then some of this, as I'm dabbing, adds color in to areas. You see how I'm letting that run down? Okay, I want it to do that. That's the natural path of what's going to run down. So I'll get a little more, come up here, and I'll squeeze it. So this is the way your dirt is going to run down that surface, right? So if it's flooded, this is what I want it to do. Come on down, do all the natural things, exactly how it would naturally do it, and let it kind of pool up, right? So I can go to areas like here and just, again, spill some down and just let it flow like it would naturally flow. Do a little all the way across. This begins our staining. So let it sit for a bit, and then we're going to come in and we're just going to pick up bits of that. So it's not a big puddle, right? Using a clean end to get some extra off. Excellent. So I'm very happy with that. See how this spilled too, like it would naturally, right on down. Again, use a clean part of that sponge. Try to clean off a bit of this. Here we go. I think we might get, and I'm just going to do a little, just a touch over here. Dripping down, let it drip. hit it where I need to. You see what's naturally doing its thing. It's how it would naturally drip out in nature. So we're letting it do its thing. Alright, I'm going to continue with this color, and then I'm going to darken this up even more and add in more. So hopefully all this, yeah, it's kind of showing up on camera. You can kind of see what's going on. So alright, we'll continue with this and we'll keep going. So as I can see in the camera and even here, I am going to have to come back in with that red and that light color over this. But I've got the base down, and that's the important thing. Alright, see you in the next little bit. Okay, it's still drying, but that has now got, the white you see there is the clear coat that will dry up and go clear. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get for the camera. So it's much darker in person, but we are doing this for, you know, filming and stuff like that. It doesn't really bother me that it's that far off of the colors. I can always do, well, I don't want to do more red. I'm just going to darken it here. I've already done some light washes over the whole thing to try to get it to pop a little bit more, but it looks fine. I'm happy with it. We're sticking with that, and hopefully it'll dry a little bit lighter in person. But that's going to do it for this. I just wanted to show you the transformation that it takes as it develops into everything. I will give a final shot of it in place, and we will go from there. Alright, we'll end the video once we get that shot. Here we go, final shots. This is it pressed up against the background. All in all, happy with it. Still got a bit of drying to do, so it's still a little bit dark. It will lighten up a bit. But there we go. We have our obstacles. They're all done. Alright. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Go make it. You can do it. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, everything else. I'd love to have you as a new subscriber. If you have any questions, anything like that, I'm happy to answer them, so put them down in the comments. If you just love what's going on, comment that too. I love to hear that stuff. So, see you next time. Have a wonderful day.